Welcome to the Meet the Team podcast. I'm Brady Jolly, and I'm here with my friend Cory. Cory is our Director of Revenue, which is pretty much a made-up title because we wanted to get him here, and he was wanted to come here, so we just figured it out. So we're going to talk about that and other stuff. So why don't you just kick us off by telling us about yourself, personal life, what you do for fun, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. So I'm originally from Grant County. So grew up in Crittenden, small town.
Home of the Braves.
Home of the Braves. Played football with Scott, fun fact.
Yep.
So now we live over in Union, married.
Newly.
Yeah.
Just bought a house.
Just bought a house over in Union. We're loving it. Now we're Raiders. So that's fun.
You going to be in the pirate ship?
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping so. If I can get on the pirate ship, I'm going to do it. So married, 5 years this year, 3 kids, all girls. 15,
Girl dad.
almost 10, and 6 years old. So that's a lot of fun. Keeps us busy. Hobbies. I like to run. So never thought I would ever say that, but runner. Previously I loved like working out and lifting, but training for half marathons. My wife has really inspired me to do that because she is a beast in the running game, running full. So that's what I like to do in my.
You're an absolute animal, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So we were just talking about it, but we're doing the Relentless Challenge. You got to run 2,800 miles with 10 guys.
Yeah.
And luckily we got you on our squad because you're carrying the team. You are in first place in the team. You have like 400 miles on
Almost 400,
on
yeah.
there. And it's that's been like 30 days.
Yeah.
It's just insane. What's your regiment like right now, your running regiment? Like,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So every day I get up at 3:45. I know it's early, but that's every day because I got to be able to get my hour workout in, and then I usually run for an hour. So that's every day except for Saturdays is my only
And then what
day.
about your wife? What's her routine?
So she gets up at 3 instead of 3:45, and she'll run. So she'll run first. She'll run for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on her, because she's in a training cycle as well, and then she'll lift for an hour.
You guys have to be one of the most disciplined, or the most disciplined couple I know.
Yeah, we try to be. We try to be.
It's really cool. What's that like? How has your life changed since you guys got into that?
So it's changed significantly, just from definitely a health aspect. But, I mean, I've lost almost 70 pounds doing that. So I was almost 300 pounds and, down to 215 now.
Unreal, man.
Yeah. So that's been a journey over the past 3 to 4 years. And, health-wise, just being able to, be active for the kids because it's a grind, waking up that early, grinding at work, and then when I'm home, it's dad time, so I got to be there for the kids. And
then go to bed at about 7:30.
And then go to bed about 7:30 and start it all over again.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's cool. So we'll get more into that discipline and how it shows up at work, but why don't you just talk about your role here?
Yeah. So like Brady said, title is Director of Revenue. So lots of hats. So sewer sales reports to me, HVAC sales reports to me. Our new electric department, the gas man, so he reports to me, and then the HVAC department as a whole.
Yep. So the HVAC manager reports to you too.
Yeah.
You know what I like about the title? It's just like, oh yeah, we got this new thing, Director of Revenue.
Yeah.
Like, there's revenue included.
Yeah.
Why don't we, Cory?
You look at me, you're like, that falls under you, I
You'd
think.
be great at that.
I'm
And
like,
you're
go
probably
ahead.
like, yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm like, we'll figure it out.
So, man, you got a cool career path getting into the trades
Yeah.
and then working your way up over time and being this role you are with us. So kind of go through how that all worked.
Yeah, so before getting in the trades, I worked in the restaurant business. So I worked over at Moorline Lager House for many years. I was a server.
That's where you met your wife, right?
Yeah, that's where we met. I was a server, and then I went into management over there as well. And then, my grandpa, he was an electrician for many, many years, for 40 years. And he always told me how great the trades were and all that. And, of course, as a young kid, I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. It's fine. And then finally one day, I'm like, I need to do something. Like, I need a career. I want to be able to, take care of my family. So I just Googled HVAC apprenticeship. Didn't know anything about the trades at all, and found a company, applied for it, got the job. So then came on as an HVAC apprentice, and I was in the field for 3 years, got my journeyman license. And then shortly after that, I interviewed for a management position at a previous company and got hired on as the training manager. So I was the training manager, loved it. And it wasn't so much as like a technical training manager. It was, really customer experience, communication, a lot of the soft skills stuff, which is super important in our business. And after about a year and a half of that, then I went into operations manager, because I really love numbers, love coaching, love all things, business. So really, like in the past, it's my dad is an entrepreneur. He's owned 2 different businesses. He owned one with my uncle as well. So really, just I love leading people, coaching people. Trying to get the best out of them for themselves. It's really been an awesome journey.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So you were in a pretty high up leadership role at another company here in town.
Yeah.
Made a decision that you kind of wanted to leave there.
Yeah.
And then why Jolly, and how did that all go?
Yeah, so I've always heard great things about Jolly, and also, one of my really good friends is Scott Chirac, our COO, and we have always had, a great connection, and he tells the story, but there was a time, it was like back in 2018 when I first got into HVAC, and I was at Planet Fitness, and I look over, and there he is, just pumping iron, 315, just getting after it. That's Scott. And, we had spoke, and he was also in the trade. He was here. And that was just like a great thing. Like, both of us found our way into the trade. So we always kept in touch. And then, after a while, we've always wanted to work together. But I've always heard, how great Jolly is and the culture. And, I decided to make the move, and it's been the best move.
So you're 7 months in, 7 or 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah, almost
wow,
10.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're going on a year, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts. It's
Yeah.
been that much. So, you've just rolled your sleeves up and dove in. It feels like you've been here for a lot longer than that. You're into everything, running trainings, running meetings, a lot of people reporting to you. You're running 2 whole departments now, all the sales guys. That you've got your fingers on almost every part of the company right now. Mm-hmm. What's that been like, just getting thrown in the deep end and just figuring it out here?
Yeah, I can say, like, in the beginning, it was a lot in the very beginning, because, it was just trying to find my footing here, came from, another Nexstar company. So, I knew all of that stuff and, feel great about that and coaching to that. But it really, like, I say it's a lot, but it's been seamless at the same time, if that makes sense. So, everybody here has been great. To everyone in the field, to all the other leaders here, so welcoming, so helping. Like, everybody here, will lend a hand, and didn't take very long to find my footing. And I'm one that just kind of throws something at me and let me go get it done. Yeah. That's just how I've always operated, and that's what I like to do. So.
What do you think? What's been your favorite part about Jolly so far?
It's the energy here. Like, it really is. Like, you walk in and you feel it. And really, we have a training culture here. Mm-hmm. So I just got out of a JHP training. Like, as soon as I was done with that, I ran up here. And you just feel it. Like, people want to get better. Yeah. People want to be the best version of themselves, do the best for themselves, do the best for our customers. Like, it's the energy. It really is.
That's cool. Yeah. I want to dive into the soft skill training. Sure. You do a ton of training. Yeah. You were training manager at another company. Mm-hmm. You conducted a lot of trainings here, and I think in the field you were really good at the soft skills. Yeah. Talk about that, the service system that we teach, and like the importance of that compared to technical training. Not that there's anything against that, but how we think about both those things. Yeah,
for sure. Like, soft skills is so important because at the end of the day, we're providing an experience for a customer, right? I'm sure people have heard of plumber, butt crack out, or, grimy HVAC guy that, you're not even sure if you want to let him in your house. It's like, it's not that. So being able to provide an experience and clear communication, clear education for the customer, like, we want the customer to understand exactly what we have to offer and our, the great solutions that we have, for them. And being able to speak clearly and have that great communication is, I really think it's 90% of the job. I think it's 90% communication, 10% technical, and it just goes so far.
Yep. So in those trainings, like what are our guys doing in a soft skill training?
Yeah. So during our trainings, we have skills practicing is happening. People are up, energy's high, music's playing. We'll go into wall exercises. It's always something going on. It's not your classroom training where you're sitting there, book in front of you, trying not to fall asleep. Like, it's high energy, and just trying to get better every single day.
Yep, I love it, man. Yeah, when we started with Nexstar and started doing these trainings, like in 2018, we literally had people walk out and say, I'm not doing this. I'm not training. This is stupid. I already know how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to learn anymore. I quit. We had a couple people do that. And now, like literally yesterday, I saw Ronnie and Drew, our drain guys. They're like, hey man, I want to practice this new script on how we're doing this new thing with drains. I want to practice the new free drain script.
Yeah.
Like let's go back, and they're like going back and forth on their own.
Yeah.
After our meeting, it's just unbelievable the difference.
Yeah.
So I think our guys are really starting to. They love it. Like they want to be 100%. A part of it. And you've been a big part in helping them with that. I want to go into the discipline thing. I mean, we talked about your personal discipline and how that shows up at home and has improved your life and health and everything.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, how does that come into play in your job, and how does it show up, and what's it like the impact of that?
Yeah, for me, I'm just very process oriented. So I have things in place to make sure that I get tasks done. So I like to take on a lot of tasks, but my main thing is if I take something on, I'm going to see it through to completion. It'll just bother me if I can't. So I have reminders set in place, things on my calendar to make sure this gets done at this time, this time, this time, this time. So that's really, the discipline from football after all the years has bled into my personal life and then even into work. So being able to keep that regimen is kind of what keeps me on the rails.
Love it, man. Love it, man. We talk a lot about mission, vision, values here. That's been a massive part of our culture change. Do you have a favorite value?
Yeah. I would say I have two. So win the day, for sure. I think it's just the competitive background, but trying to win the day. Literally my alarm clock, when it goes off at 3:45, it says win the day.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Yeah. And it said that before I even got here.
Really?
It's just win the day.
That's sweet.
So I try to live I try to win every single day, at work, as a father, as a husband, that's what I try to do. So that's my favorite.
That's cool, man. I like that. I might need to get that alarm clock.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
That's strong. Is that like you just put that as the label on your iPhone?
It's the label on my iPhone.
Oh, all right. I can do that.
3:45, win the day.
I don't know if I'll go with the 3:45 thing, but I could do the one.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. So, you are 34?
34. I'll be 35 this year.
34. You got in the trade when you were how old?
I was 26.
26.
Yeah.
So I think, the one thing on that is, we love people right out of high school or people that are trying to get in the trade. Those are fine. That's great. We like that too. But when somebody's kind of had a career and then they've made the realization that you've had, maybe I can't do this my whole life. Maybe the hours suck. Maybe whatever, for every reason. I want to find a real career. And they're at that point where they're going to be starting a family, and it's it's serious.
Yeah.
It's not just, this is just a job after high school. That's the perfect type of person that we want to come in and have an apprenticeship program and learn. So what would you tell somebody that's in that position? I think it's unbelievable. You're 8 years into being in the trade and you're in the position you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, basically you couldn't be higher up in a company at that point in that short period of time. That's amazing, the growth that you've had. So I think when people think of it, they're like, I'm going to go get in a trade and I'll just be turning wrenches the rest of my life. You're not in that. You're beyond that now.
Yeah.
But what would you tell somebody that's thinking about the trade and what it's meant to you and all that?
Well, first do it, because it is the greatest decision I ever made in my life. It's completely changed my life, my family's life. I'm so happy that I did it, and really dive in completely. Don't be in halfway. Come in here, learn the service system, do everything that you need to do to become successful, sharpen those communication skills, work on your metrics, know what needs to be done, go to your manager. Hey, how can I get better at this? How can I get better at this? What do I need to do to get there? Do it. Get into the trades was the best thing I've ever done.
Love it, man. Yeah, I think that you have a lot of people treat their job, and it's fine. It's probably 90% or more of people. It's it's a job. They care about it. Even our people, that are great employees, there's probably a lot of them that love it here, care about it, but it's a job, and that's okay. It's totally fine. You have you just really deeply care and think a lot about it, and you're just grinding to win and figure things out and dive into each little thing. That's kind of what separates you and separates, I think, the people that have really panned out here.
Yeah.
Some of our leaders, they just are grinding to improve processes. If they see something that's not even in their department, they'll try to go and help figure that
Yeah.
out. Like, how did that click for you, and where do
Mhm.
you get that from, or
Yeah.
what's that mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's from my grandpa, from my dad. Like, I don't know if it's how I was raised, but really just like, I have the drive. It just comes natural to me. Like, I want to grind. I want to work hard. I want to help others, like that's why I love coaching. It's why I love training. Like, I love, you know, trying to help others be the best version of themselves or get to that next step in their lives or their careers. Like, I just love it. So I would say probably from, my family.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's great. So right now, like, I want to talk about sales,
Yeah.
sales leadership, and sales management.
Yeah.
I know you're kind of new to that specific type of role, but you've been training leaders and salespeople for a while now. But you're right now in charge of, I think, like, doing the math in my head, probably 60 or 65% of our revenue.
Yeah. Director of revenue.
Director of revenue. That's right. That's right. You're directing it, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And like, I knew you through Scott, and we'd like known each other a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking like, dude, this guy I don't know, and then there's going to be like 60% of our revenue we're just going to be trusting him with, and then obviously it's just been amazing since you've been here. But what is it about like the sales team, and like what are you guys talking about in your cadences and in your trainings, and like you've been able to really get a lift out of their performance, especially the sewer sales guys' performance? Like, what is it that you're training on? What are some of the key things that you guys touch on daily?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with sales, it's 100% communication, right? So it's really like going in there, making a personal connection, having a genuine conversation. I think a lot of people put pressure on themselves. And it's natural, like, we're competitors, and that's okay. And sometimes pressure can drive people, or sometimes pressure can really fold somebody. So really it's making that personal connection, being genuine, offering great solutions, giving the customer all of their options. Hey, asking great questions, not just going in there, taking some measurements and being like, here you go, here's your options, take it or leave it. It's not that. We're there to create an experience, and that's what separates us from everybody else, is making that experience for your customer.
Yeah, love it, man. Yeah, I think that you do a good job of balancing that. Like, we're selling stuff to people, and it's like people are our lifeline, like our reputation and everything. Like, we're not a company that's going to come in and hard sell people, but we are a sales organization.
Yeah, of course.
And sales are important. I think that you've done a really good job with your team of balancing that, giving options all the way down to the basic repair, all the way up to the bells and whistles, just to give a lot of comfort to customers. You love jets. You brought jets back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that was a good move.
Yeah.
Talk about like the ability to give options, how that aligns, how that like gets customers like psychology to choose.
For sure. So I think really it's just sitting down in the beginning, and again, we talked about the genuine conversation, and really like, if you had a magic wand, what would you change? What is your, what is the best outcome for you in this situation? And that takes us down to option A, where it's the, the Band-Aid fix, get it going all the way to the permanent solution.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing, is having that conversation, knowing the customer's wants and needs, and then putting together a great list of options and saying, hey, we would love to do any of these options for you.
Yeah.
Which one, sounds best to you today, and thoroughly explaining those options and educating.
Love it. So I know that you got, we track everything, a lot of data. I know you got some stats that you're probably particularly proud of.
Yeah.
What comes to mind, like here? What have been some of your favorite KPIs?
Yeah, so I think sewer sales on an absolute heater right now. I know we're converting right under 30%, and that's all together. That's main, branch, and marketed, right under 10,000 average sales. So I know we've hit the budget January, February, and already in March, which is awesome.
And had a sales guy just hit his record.
Oh yeah,
PR.
yeah. Sean's doing phenomenal.
And it's the 15th,
Yeah.
20th.
Yeah, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome to see. It's been awesome to see the growth, in such a short period of time. And then, our comfort advisor Danny is so amazing, and he does such a great job, and he has world-class close rate and average sale, and does so great with customers, and super excited about the second comfort advisor that we're bringing on. So that's very exciting. And I would say sewer sales and HVAC sales
Heck yeah,
now.
man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So then we threw electric in your lap.
Yep.
So, you'd never managed an electric department.
No. No.
So
Yeah.
what's that been like?
Yeah.
We're only a month in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what's that been like managing a department that you've never really been a big part of?
Yeah. I want to say it's been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be because of Gassy.
Yeah.
So he's just such a great guy, so positive and so knowledgeable.
And a good stash.
Such an amazing mustache. I mean, he's just such a great guy. So really working with him and diving in and learning even more, like besides my grandpa being an electrician, that doesn't mean I knew anything. It's the only thing I had to do with electric.
You're like, yeah, man, I can lead electric department. My grandpa's an electrician.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, I got it. Give it to me. But really, like, with him, the technical background and the positive attitude, like, just teaching him the soft skills and all, when it comes to that side of the customer experience, like, it's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a common misconception. I have a lot of people, and it's a completely fair question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, man, how did you learn HVAC?
Yeah.
To start an HVAC department. I'm like, I didn't. I'm the last person you want doing anything for your house, HVAC wise, personally. But it's like finding the talent, teaching them the system. Same thing with electric. We don't know a lot about electric, but what we do know is like how to connect with the customer, how to layer out options, how to build a truck stock list, how to look at the metrics and the data to make decisions for the department. And then we can hire the talent who are like Gassy or like any of our HVAC guys who are very talented, right? That was like a hurdle for me for a long time of like, man, I want to grow this multi-trade entity, but how in the heck can we do it when I don't know about those trades? So, I mean, I don't know if you got anything to add on that. Like, you've worked at a lot of companies with multiple trades. You don't have to be the expert to coach it. Would you add anything to that?
No, I really think it's, like you said, having the processes dialed in and the operations and just having great people. Like that's where it starts. You have a great person that comes in here, knowledgeable or positive attitude, like we'll teach you the rest. Like that's where it all starts, is having great people.
When you talk about like people, communication, culture, what is it to you as a leader that builds a good culture at a company, and what have you seen here that's worked?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but I think it's the energy, it's the positivity, it's the, like, I've never worked at a company where, one of our core values is here to serve. It's like anybody here at any time will jump and help you. Like I see so much cross-department help, water cleanup going to help sewer, plumbing on HVAC with plumbing. Like there's so much of that. And that just goes so far to where you come in, like you really do feel that energy when you come in. So
yeah,
that's
love
the
it.
biggest thing.
All right, so you're 8 years into the trades.
Yeah.
You got anything that's just happened out there? Any stories? Anything comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say like when I was in the field, not a big fan of snakes. Not a snake guy. Had some snakes, slither out from some AC units while I'm there working on them. And then, of course, you see them, and then, I don't know, I'm sure the homeowners see me running around their yard, fighting off bees, doing all that. That's always fun. But, getting into some pretty sketchy crawl spaces is never a fun thing for me. Yeah. And I've done a couple of those, too.
What's your last thing you want to see in a crawl space? Is a snake?
Oh, it's a snake for sure.
Have you ever seen one in a crawl space?
Not in a crawl space, no. But that doesn't mean it wasn't there, because I just couldn't see. It was so dark. I'm just army crawling through a little bit of water, and I'm like, please don't be a snake.
Do you hit it with the classic, like, flashlight all around, right, when you peep your head in there?
I hit it with that, but it doesn't mean they're not there, man.
The classic.
If you see some eyes, I'm out.
Look up.
Look up. No,
It sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Nice. Well, dude, this has been an awesome 9 months.
Yeah.
I'm just pumped to be working with you. It's been amazing, man. Like, seriously, your energy coming in, you got the team dialed in. Mm-hmm. I think it's super impressive and really hard to come into an organization and, like, go elbows deep like you have. And then, like, you're just a part of it now. I mean, it's like, as you know, you're 100% in. You're in the highest level of the leadership meetings and making decisions for the company. And like I said, I mean, I was like, before I really knew you, I was like, man, this guy we don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, how are we going to get him in? And like, you've just came in the culture so much quicker, and like you're just a jolly guy now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got the jolly blue.
Oh, the jolly blue in here.
Oh yeah, it's looking good.
We got it for life.
I love it.
It's been an amazing experience, and I'm so happy to be here. And I mean, I'm so super pumped about the future.
Love it, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for being on.
Thanks.
Good.